So Elon says, and obviously this may be a little bit biased coming from Elon Musk, but he says that it makes sense in the future for all cars to be electric from an engineering perspective.
Yeah.
Do you ever see a future without gas cars?
Yeah. I mean, it's inevitable.
You think it's inevitable?
Fossil fuels will eventually, I mean, yeah. And I agree with him generally. EVs have some real benefits. One big drawback, though, is, you got to charge them.
Yeah.
You got to plug them in and all that.
Just get some strong solar panels to put on the roof. I always thought that would be pretty crazy.
I think eventually it could be built into the roads. Where it's
that would
well, there are cars.
Imagine,
there are cars that have inductive chargers. It's just
but then are you leaving it up to the government to do something like that? It's
and can you imagine the infrastructure investment?
Yeah.
And is electric, if you're going to make that level of investment, is electric really what you want to invest in? Should we be talking about hydrogen? Should we be talking about? I don't know. But from an engineering standpoint, I agree, and it really is. They're more reliable. All these, there's a cottage industry now of people converting classic cars into EVs. Because you lose the engine noise, but you gain reliability, you gain power. It's generally easier to figure out. There's these EV battery situations.
And the amount of components just in a standard EV versus like a
What I think realistically could happen is nuclear power in a car. And imagine you have like a battery type thing that you put in a car. Seriously, but it'll run forever. And it'll power, like you have a little battery that powers your whole house with like a little nuclear reactor.
In every car.
Will definitely in 50 years look back on us, or 100 years as like barbaric. Like we see pictures of old New York City where they have horses.
Right.
And we're like, that's insane. There was a combustion in the chamber, there was explosions and then exhaust came out. Like that's so stupid.
You had to charge it and plug it in and wait overnight to drive your
overnight
car?
That's going to be one of the things people are gonna be like, what? You couldn't just do it.
It just doesn't take a minute.
But it is a weird time right now, right? We're in this weird transition. When I was a kid, it was settled law. You had an engine. Automakers made better engines than each other. Now we'll see what happens.
On a personal level, at this point, how many cars do you have?
I have 6 automobiles at the moment.
Any electric automobiles?
No, however, literally yesterday, I just finished installing the second EV charger at my home. And so I'm ready. You're like, why do you need 2? I need 2, okay? I have decided, I mean, I see the future. Like I see the writing on the wall. And so I think that's coming. One of my problems is that I drive cross country every summer and then back, and doing that trip in an EV adds I've just calculated it adds a full day.
Yes,
and then a day back, and that's a lot of annoyance, to be honest. People are like, you just drive for a few hours and then plug it in, and I do 18-hour days on the road. Like I don't have a problem with that. I'll do 1,400 miles in a day, and EV just doesn't. You can't do it. It's just not possible. So one of my cars will probably be gas as long as I can. But I think I'm ready to make the switch.
It's a little weird question, but when you're doing 1,400 miles in a day, do you have any tricks to being able to stay awake and open on the road? Because I even make the drive between LA and Vegas, and that's 4.5 hours. Sometimes a little bit tired.
That drive especially sucks.
It's very, very, very boring. But if you're doing that many, that distance in a day, do you have any tricks or something?
I just listen to a lot of music and I just hang out with my dog, and I just do it.
You do it solo? There's no one else in the car?
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. Just music.
Well, people ride and then they want to go to the bathroom. And it's like, we're not going to the bathroom. We got to do 1,400 miles a day. We're driving from San Diego to Dallas today.
Have you ever had to relieve yourself while driving?
No. I can wait till the fuel stops.
Got it. Okay, just checking. I don't know.
That's impressive. That no coffee,
No, I don't drink coffee or anything like that. You just get out on the road and do it. Listen, it's really annoying. It's becoming more annoying too as I get older. But there's no other option for me in my situation, and it's what it is. It's just what you have to do.
What do you mean there's no other option?
Well,
couldn't you fly?
I live in the summer 3,000 miles away, and I bring my dog, and I need a car. I need the car,
I see. Okay.
And I need all the stuff. And so it's pretty. I could sign someone to take the dog and pay them. I could ship the car. I could ship the stuff, or you kill 3 birds with 1 stone, and you're driving through Oklahoma, being like, "Yep, this is what I'm doing today." And it's great.
Is there a trick to starting early in terms of missing traffic? What time do you wake up on a trip like that?
You got to get started super early. And when you're going east, it sucks because you lose time every day because of the time zones. But when you're going west, you get it back and it's beautiful. You cross a time zone line, suddenly it's an hour. You just gain an hour. You have more driving you could do.
Wow.
It's not fun. I don't consider it to be especially fun, and I don't recommend it to people. I used to enjoy it a lot, and I really don't anymore. I had a flat tire this summer doing it, and that sucked. But it's
And what car do you drive?
I have a Toyota Sequoia, which is a giant sport utility vehicle that has camouflage fenders.
So that's one of the 6.
It's one of the 6. Yeah.
What are the other 5 look like?
I have a Mercedes station wagon. That's like my regular round town car. That's the car that's going to go electric when the time comes. And then I have this Lamborghini Countach. I have a Carrera GT. I have a Ford GT. We share this in opposite colors.
Yep.
And I have a convertible Mercedes G-Wagon, which is an embarrassing automobile, but I love it. And those are my 6.
Why is that an embarrassing car?
Because the G-Wagon itself is kind of embarrassing, right? You know,
Is
you
it?
see people driving around, you're like, oh. Don't you think?
It's a little much.
It's a little much.
It's a lot, you know, to
Might be
take
a
in.
type that
There's
gravitates towards
He also
like,
was
but I
like,
also
you know,
like yeah.
Beverly Hills, Hollywood, which I feel like you see that a lot.
You do.
Oh, everywhere.
You
Yeah.
do, but there's definitely like I want to project an image.
Yeah.
And then the convertible one is like, I want to project an image and also this is weird and it's a convertible. But it's great. I can take it off road and I put the roof down and I take my kid to daycare in it and he loves it and it's great. It's a perfect car for me. But every time someone comes up to me on the road and tells me they like it, I kind of assume they're someone I wouldn't want to be friends with. It's like, if you're into this car, you're probably not.
But now everyone that I know, because I know 2 people in LA who have the convertible one, they're car enthusiasts. Like they've owned the car for a long time. They didn't buy it because it's a niche car that they enjoy.
To a layman, I feel like I expect whenever I see one of those pulling up, like a supermodel to walk out with like a tiny dog in her purse.
Right.
That's
exactly.
what I expect.
That is kind of the image, like a very high maintenance, aggressive kind of type person with, like a tiny dog and like
with a
park
lot
it somewhere. Just take it, you know, like that. And I don't want to be thought of like that, but I like the car. So, you know, it's a power top. I push a button, the top goes down. You have any idea how many things you got to do in a Jeep to get the roof down? There's things you got to twist and lift off. I just press a button.
That's nice.
That's nice.
That's luxury.
But before we go into that, if you're building a SaaS business, achieving compliance with SOC 2, ISO 27001, or other in-demand frameworks can unlock major growth for your company and establish customer trust.
However, Jack, this process is very time-intensive and can be extremely costly. This is why our sponsor Vanta automates your compliance work, getting you audit-ready quickly and saving you up to 85% of associated costs. Plus, Vanta scales with your business, helping you continuously monitor compliance, unify risk management, and streamline security reviews.
Join the 7,000 global companies like Atlassian, Flow Health, and Quora that use Vanta to build trust and prove security in real time.
On top of that, our viewers could get $1,000 off Vanta when they go to vanta.com/iced or use the link down below in the description.
Once again, guys, that is vanta.com/iced to get $1,000 off. Thank you so much, Vanta, for sponsoring this episode.